Good morning, all. Glad that you could join us today for the town hall for the Southeast region. I am going to introduce first a few folks from EEC. I guess I should be the first one. My name is Renee Collier, and I'm acting regional director for the Southeast region. Ola, she is waving now, and she's going to assist us with the slide presentation and the polling at the end. We really appreciate it. Any tech help, I welcome it. Diana Phillips, Acting Associate Commissioner for the Regional Licensing here at EEC. You may know her in her role as the Regional Director before me in our Southeast region for a very long time, but she's still here with us. Allison Howes, she is the funded program monitor for the Southeast region. And of course, your very supportive group and school age licensors. I can see them throughout. Amanda DeRosiers, Deb Kavanaugh, Erin Feliciano. I see Mary McCarthy, Michelle Ruxton, Patty Weldon, and Vanessa Ward. I think it's hard to see everyone in such a big group, but I will begin. This agenda is actually focused on sharing the most up-to-date information at EEC, including opportunities that we have right now, like free PPE, the dedicated COVID testing, and the stabilization grants. Changes coming soon to some of our support programs. You'll hear about that today. So to begin our updates, EEC held family forums during the month of August throughout the state. We asked, what do families need for care? Of course, the bottom line, which we often hear, was affordability is the most pressing concern for families. In our region, we had some other, things that were brought up during those forums. We heard that there was a shortage of infant toddler spaces. There was difficulty finding hours and schedules that fit the family's needs. There were also a need for more summer camp, school age vacation care, after school care, and some wraparound care and services. So I guess one of the big topics right now are the stabilization grants. The support programs and funding from July to December. The grants are from the Federal American Rescue Plan of 2021. All of the licensed child care programs are eligible, and that funding is based on your capacity, and the adjustments on equity goals are based on equity goals. So Massachusetts is just one of the 14 states that are able to get grants out before September, so we're really proud of that. The stabilization grants have been reaching programs in our region. It looks like there are 72% of family child care programs in our region that are, and 60% are group and school age providers receiving grant money. So there are a lot of family child care programs. It looks like taking advantage of that as well as the group and school age programs. So the real good news for you to know is that applications are still being accepted now. If you haven't opened yet, meaning reopened, but plan to open, you have actually, you can actually apply in advance if you let your licensor know your reopening date. So that's real good news for some folks who are just trying to get
places that haven't reopened yet.
Are they places that will not be reopening?
No,
If
they
you
said
wanna
that they're
mute,
going to
I
open
know
soon.
there's some folks who are not muted, so I can hear you, but that's okay. But,
and if I could ask, excuse me, Renee, Ola, could you advance the slides, please? Thank you.
I think we got one more, if you want to go one more. And please know that if there's any information from the slideshow that you wanted, you can reach out to your licensor and we can make sure that the licensor has that information for you. If there's something on the screen that you see that you want to take advantage of later. So applications are still being accepted. If you have questions about the grants, there is a special help desk where you can get most of all of your questions answered. They will find out, you can use the phone number here, 833-600-2074, or you can email them at eecgrantsupport@mtxb2b.com. So, the big deal is that they're still being accepted. So I would definitely reach out and work on having some of that funding for your program. Some of the other COVID-related supports will continue at this time. Ongoing monthly PPE ordering with delivery to your program's door, pool testing programs, the rapid response COVID testing sites statewide for childcare staff and participating families, and to support families and programs participating in the subsidy systems. Modifications remain in place through December. Those modifications include no limit on absences, extended job search timeframes, and waived parent fees, among others, which have been really important at this time in regards to COVID. Addressing the GSA workforce crisis, I'm sure many of you, if not all, are feeling the pinch of trying to hire staff at this time. EEC is definitely trying to partner with you to assist you with that hardship. And so we're going to talk about some changes and supports that we'll be offering to assist you with that. We've heard so many programs, from so many programs that it is really hard to hire at this time. We've been working on some fixes to educator policies and operations here at EEC to assist. As you may know, the current process to apply for a TQ certificate at EEC is normally filled with paperwork. It takes a little bit of time. And sometimes it can be a confusing process to the provider community. So we are trying to make some interim modifications to help you so that you'll be able to hire staff quickly. And then this interim process, will really assist in when you hire a staff member, they have additional time to get the qualifications that they need. The other piece to this is that you will collect the documentation for those qualifications and you will maintain those in the staff files. And that will definitely, you'll get more information to come on that, but that really will fast track your hiring process. We're hoping. But I think a lot of the barriers that we saw created by hiring, by that process when you were hiring staff, new programs, especially felt that as we were ramping up after COVID. So we're looking to remove the barriers that have been causing the delay. If you can just bump that slide, thank you. Maintaining qualification standards. That's really the goal. We're not looking to lessen or make folks, not qualified. We want to make sure that we're maintaining the qualification standards, but offer some time to reach those standards. So you can hire folks quickly and work on having them get the requirements that they need. Adding flexibility in how qualifications are achieved and how they can be verified. Ultimately, you all are the experts. You know childcare. You know what's good for children. So we're trying to put in your hands, who you hire for your program. There will be teacher qualification office hours for answering your questions that come up during this time of change. and assist you with understanding policies and protocols with the qualifications changes. So during the next year, there will be other workforce supports available to you. And EEC is working on actually many other ways to support early education and educators. EEC's Professional Pathways is a new initiative launching with neighborhood villages. After November 1st, if a program or educator goes to this website, if you want to take that down, they go to the website, they can get help finding coursework they need to start and advance in their early education career. So you want to stay tuned as the Professional Pathways website is launched and work begins. You're going to find that really helpful in the future. Soon, EEC will also launch a professional registry for educators. This will be a kind of one-stop shop for training, documentation, background record check processes, and other records related to your employment at EEC. It will kind of be like a hub for educators so that they can link with programs that will employ them. The registry can follow the educator throughout their career from role to role as that changes within a program. It should reduce delays in recruitment and hiring as well. For family childcare, processes will be adapted for the specific needs of those educators. EEC held engagement sessions with sessions with much more information. EEC will be having sessions that will provide information for the professional registry. You can visit the engagement portal and view the recording from workforce effort sessions to learn more. And keep an eye actually on the strategic plan portal. That's always changing and updating, and anything that's going on you will find on that site. So I would say that's a pretty important one for you to jot down. So the other thing is to remember to please don't stop sharing your thoughts with us. A lot of the initiatives that we have and that we're working on right now are based on your feedback. The feedback that you've given has been taken into consideration in regards to reg reform, in regards to all of our workforce accomplishments that will be coming. And they're really to benefit the providers and assist the community that's struggling right now. We are very grateful for everything that you've shared. I think it's really making the department better, and we appreciate that partnership moving forward. There are many ways to learn more and share. The strategic plan portal, I can't emphasize it enough, that's where you want to go to engage. You'll learn about events, so much more. How to provide feedback, which we need. And at this time, we're going to be having a lot of change, positive change. And so we need your feedback in that. If you go to this portal, you can provide it for us. Also, attending the board meetings. I mean, they're streamed online, so you can always go back in time and review ones that have happened recently, and provide public comment when you have important things to say. So the next board meetings that are coming up, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on November 9th and December 14th. And like I said, you can go and look up any past board meetings if you wanted to just see what we've been talking about.
Okay, thank you, Renee. We are moving into the engaging part of this regional town hall, speaking of engagement. So I'm going to ask folks to connect to Poll Everywhere, which is the software we're going to be using to collect some of your feedback, knowing that there are a lot of changes coming, as has been mentioned. The emphasis with this is really to get answers more so than answering them. So you can connect to Poll Everywhere by texting early education to 22333, or you can join the webpage pollev.com/early education. So what I'll do now is stop sharing this screen and I will pull up the Poll Everywhere and share that screen. Just a moment. Okay. Okay. So we've got our first question here, which is, let me make sure the responses can come up. When you think about upcoming changes in educator qualifications, what questions should we be sure to answer in our technical assistance?
I wonder if people were able to connect.
Yeah, it might take a minute. It might
Yeah.
not. If folks are having trouble connecting, feel free to say so in the chat. Sometimes it takes a little minute for the answers to come in. But yes, anything related to tech or tech assistance that we should be considering that hasn't been considered, please let us know. It looks like there's some conversation in the chat. I'm not able to see. Are people having trouble connecting?
No.
Okay, it could just be the, okay, here we go.
Oh.
Some of them are coming in. This work verification piece going to require the same amount of time. Open office hours would be great to begin with. Who is responsible for entering the information? All good questions. Open office hours. Yes, I believe open office hours are something that's also in the works, though obviously someone from EEC should correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, the teacher qualification unit will have the open office hours.
Great.
Someone is saying in the chat that they cannot connect to the poll. Can we have the website again?
Sure. Yeah. So it's right at the top
At the
here,
top.
ollev.com/early education, or you can join by text as well.
Thank you, Ola.
No problem.
Will we still need to maintain paper files? Another good question.
That's a good question.
What we'll do with some of these responses is that we're looking to make sure that what resources we provide to the community are adequate to meet the needs with the new policy. And this feedback is going to be very instrumental in that. And also with us developing a FAQ. So thank you for your feedback.
That's a big question always.
Mhm.
Paper files.
Yeah.
Clear, consistent guidelines as to what would be acceptable and how to document.
How quickly will the turnaround time be? Turnaround?
Okay. It looks like questions are slowing down or responses are slowing down. So I will move on to the next. Oh, we got one more.
How long is the grace period for allowing this flexibility? Who will verify the documentation from the EEC that we will maintain? There is a draft policy that currently is in existence and we're working on finalizing, so these will be helpful.
Yeah.
Who will verify? Just to make it clear right from the get-go, Renee, do you mind if I jump in for a second?
No.
Okay.
I
I don't
know
wanna-
you're working on part of this, so.
Yeah, so I think all these are great questions. I think the important thing to know is that we are no longer going to do a secondary verification. So TQ is not going to review these to give you the credentialing. But what the license's responsibility is going to be and surround is that we are not going to question your hiring. We are not going to verify your hiring. The purpose of licensing in the department will be to ensure that you follow the EEC policy. So a licensor is not going to go into a program and say, you should not have hired this person. We're going to say, did you follow the EEC policy? And that policy is extremely flexible. And with that flexibility does come a longer document, but you will see when it is finalized and disseminated, that is a lot of guidance in there, a lot of flexibility, a lot of substitution. As Renee mentioned earlier, also some timelines, 2 months to accomplish this, 6 months to accomplish that, to really try and address the staffing shortage without compromising quality. When did this take effect? We don't know until that policy is completed and finalized. Who is responsible, teacher, administrator, whoever's responsible for hiring.
Probably
Would this go
both.
Probably both, exactly. Does this go for LT? This goes for everything.
Yeah. And director qualification, so.
And I know it's difficult that's why we don't have the draft policy right now. And I know it's difficult to give feedback on what you haven't seen, but I think by your questions here and your comments, that will guide us to know what we need to include in it, because the questions you have now without actually having seen the final document. So these are very helpful. Elementary, does the experience be accepted as experience? There'll be some substitutions.
You know, a lot of that is, you know, there was a time when someone would reach out to EEC. Will admin need to verify work experience?
There will be a work verification form still. But the verification process will be a little different if it proceeds as planned. Will a home certified teacher be qualified as a center teacher? There is some reciprocity for family childcare and group. It's fine, will be helpful, but still does not get people to apply. I know, folks, student, how do we
Okay.
certify them? That will be addressed. Will preschool experience be acceptable experience for school age programs? Once again, it's not finalized, but there are numerous substitutions and flexibilities that will take place. These are great questions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, I think let's move on to the next one.
Thanks, Ola.
Keeping
As
us
we
on track.
As we, let me actually make sure responses are visible for this one. As we think about neighborhood villages and access to higher education, what questions do you anticipate having?
Loan forgiveness.
Yes.
Will the coursework be self-paced? Cost.
Good questions.
How will we know what course to take? Are the courses online? How does this new process support degree attainment instead of shopping around for courses? Will there be grants or scholarships available? Will there be more of an opportunity for scholarship? These are all helpful. Elementary schools are allowed to apply for loan forgiveness, but we can't. We'll be able to now. Great feedback. Who will be teaching the courses? Flexibility of course times. A lot of these will be addressed when neighborhood schools creates their website and it is operational. And I believe that starts November 1st. A lot of that information will be within there on or before November 1st. Courses for director qualifications, hands-on experience be substituted for education. There is some of that even probably within the educated qualification policy. Fully online courses available. Are these courses transferable to college to a degree? Are they college credits or CEUs? What about out-of-state classes already taken? There need to be a separate training for this.
Maybe.
Great feedback. Scholarship for masters. So I've sat in on most of the town halls, and that master's degree and doctoral level question has come up several times. Courses for directors to grow in their professionalism, similar to set up as care courses. CEU or college credits.
Okay. This looks like great feedback, and I think we can move on. Oh, spoke to
To school age staff who are pursuing educational goals. Will there be courses specific to school age childcare? Will the times provided be more flexible, providing off hours time, which I know is always a challenge, right?
Okay. I think we can move on to the third question we have here. As we think about rolling out a professional registry or one-stop shop for educator records, what questions should we be sure we answer in communications and technical assistance?
Deadlines for converting to the new systems. Will it be easy to navigate? We've already had internal staff doing UAT testing with it. Will BRC results be visible? Confidentiality? Keeping track of training hours? Yeah. Register educators professional registry is responsible for degradation. Program administration versus staff who can access it. All great, great questions. And there will be additional trainings and information on this. This just guides us to what we should be addressing as topic matters as we move forward. BRC info credentialings, professional development, user-friendly, getting staff to update, who's responsible for updating seems to be a popular question. Will we need to have paper files if it is all online? Will it be easy to switch to different program schools? Will the current PQ registry be eliminated? Having a manual or user guide to be referenced back as to new staff that need to use it, may be onboarded on both frontline and admin. Great feedback. What about previous education, training, and experience that be incorporated? Will the uploads be accepted in photo format or only PDFs? Will current info be transferred? There should be some transferability with that. And once again, there will be some, a lot more information, a lot more training on this. Can staff move from one program to another? Can info move with staff member instead? That's kind of the goal, right? The goal is kind of so that it's person-centric. Is Strong Start a part of this? It will be in the sense that we will be taking this, still have to take the Strong Start trainings, but this professional registry is supposed to have everything in it so that you only have to go one place when you're looking for information regarding a staff member or someone who's applying to be a staff member, that it's all recorded in one location. Out-of-state credentials. Will this be part of LEAD so that an admin only go to one place? It will be rolled out. My understanding at this point is through LEAD. Through the LEAD platform. Will there be umbrella access?
Good question.
How do you plan to train the field? And all of these questions and feedback will also be directed towards the individual who's the primary person responsible for implementing this project. So this is going to be very helpful. Detailed user guide instructions, who inputs info, who has access to info, will all info be automatically inputted, and will there be EEC staff to connect with? Multiple sites need access to all the programs.
Okay, looks like the responses are slowing down.
Items be deleted if uploaded incorrectly.
Valid question. Okay, I think we're gonna move to the fourth question that we have. Oh, let me wait a bit.
Yep, a lot going on. Enough time to learn the new system. Will we have love help? Will we love, I'm interpreting that to mean you would love help. So Yes, there will be, like with any of the initiatives that we live.
Oh, live.
Oh,
There's the
I thought
caveat,
someone
right?
wanted help with their love life. I didn't know what was happening with that one. We
Yeah,
don't
I
do
mean,
that.
like a lot of initiatives, we were gonna have, you know, help and support in this particular situation. Obviously, it's brand new. One-stop shopping, it will be phased in. And then the messaging is very clear that we need, that you are requiring or requesting support as well as, yeah. All right, absolutely. We want this to succeed also. So this will be a big transition, but we're all gonna get through this together.
Mhm.
And it's EEC staff is learning this and the educator qualification piece just as you are. So we're all in this together. We will be there to offer you support.
okay. Thank you for the feedback.
Awesome.
Move to the fourth question we have here. What is the most helpful way to receive information about changes as they roll out?
Email. It's funny because people put email and then we send emails and they're like, we get too many emails.
Well, we've
Emails-
recorded this, so.
Exactly. Email to text, pre-recorded webinars that can be viewed at any time,
That's good.
That's good to know.
email or text. Email. Individual training for each phase. Email. From EEC or licenser. Mhm. Email to admin and the teacher so everyone's on the same page. Communications is huge. Webinars. So let me ask you a question about the webinars while you're putting in additional feedback, email then webinars. So, you know, there are different ways of training and people email, leaving enough notice in advance to be able to support internal organization change and staff training and support. Handbook like the COVID playbook. Email materials that can be printed. Defiantly email notice and CCFA. It's another good feedback. Webinars that can be viewed on demand. Recorded training. Optional webinars. Pre-recorded webinars. Handbook. Everyone learns differently and applies things different, you know, it absorbs things differently, virtual, you know, visually or reading. Handbook or email handbook. A walkthrough with pictures, like a flow chart of how to proceed through the platform. Excellent feedback.
Yes.
With the webinars too, we've gotten some feedback in other forums that the smaller vignette videos that are specific to a topic as opposed to a longer webinar seem to be helpful. Self-paced training with handbook. Love the playbook, easy to read and use, which had the flow charts, which was, it seems like that was helpful.
Mhm.
These would be great. These are great feedback. Not that I'm partial or anything, but region Southeastern Cape feedback is like awesome.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
You guys are
I've been
knocking it
on
out of
quite
the
a
park.
few and there's some really good comments here. People are taking the
Yeah.
time.
People
Kansas
are
keep on
really
the pulse.
chiming in.
Yep. Handbooks so can be easily referenced. I think condensed information is an easy to read format is helpful.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I think we can, oh,
Oh, small video like the grant application was easy to follow. Okay. Playbook format for sure.
okay. I think we can move on. Oof, I always
Would
speak.
also, that's okay.
That's
Would
really
also
good.
be helpful to
Yeah.
have helpline to call in questions. Absolutely. I like these town halls. Thanks.
Oh, good.
Region 5 rocks.
Five rocks. Yeah, clearly. I'm inclined to agree. Okay, I think let's move to the last question. If other answers come in, those answers will be recorded and shared as well. So you can still respond even if that's not on the screen. The last one we have here is, are there concerns or excitement you wish to share related to what you've heard today?
Anything you're looking forward to in regards to some of the stuff that we talked about?
Yeah.
One-stop shop and partnership with our licenses, excellent. Yep, that's our goal as well, one-stop shopping, one gateway. All this coming up, just anxious about if the timeline. Wish we could have a more solid deadline of when changes will occur. That will be happening. We're in the process of finalizing documents. I totally understand that comment. I totally understand the anxiety of waiting. A centralized location. We're also re-examining our website, which we know is not the easiest website to maneuver and find things. Keep communicating, keep it simple, follow up. There's so many new sites, it's getting confusing. One spot seems wonderful, absolutely. Many of the previous EEC initiatives are for licensed programs and not funded programs. Fair enough, good feedback. Excited for one place. Formalized timeline, that will be coming. Process taken away from the busy day already with being short-staffed. Very valid concern, and I appreciate that feedback. Concern there will be misinformation of what actually qualifies a person. I'm happy to see training will be located in one place and recognized on the registry instead of having to log it in separately.
Definitely.
EEC has been with the field every step of the way. Appreciate the ease these new systems will give us. Thank you. Quick information transfer for staff. Yes. Yes. Nervous about the credentials and the changes not being helpful. Okay, well, hopefully we'll help you work through those. Don't want to lose the info we have been entering for years in current PQ.
Makes
Okay,
sense.
I don't think that will, I don't want to misspeak because nothing's finalized, so I will take that back. Flexibility of teacher certification, but hope the teacher quality in the field is maintained. Yes, I mean, I can, I can assure you from what I've seen that excited for the registry and how this is step to recognize the educators as educators, agreed with the current PQ being lost, concerned about program having to verify experience, agree with with lost information and data in PQ registry. Will forms be updated? Some of them will that pertain to anything that we change internally with policy procedure. We will work on updating those and it will be iterative. So if we identify things as we move forward, we will continue to update them. One stop, but nervous about the verification, just want more guidance. Totally understandable. Other sites, BRC, et cetera, on this site. Hoping for easy access to child development courses and other courses for lead teacher. If switching jobs, how many times will work have to be verified over and over, BRC, et cetera. The goal, the goal is that this is one-stop shopping and making it a more an easier access process for individuals, even if they are changing work locations. Will courses be free? Want to make sure there will be support and guidance that is available. Absolutely, time frame.
Okay, this is the last question. So any last call in regards to anything, this is the time. Otherwise, I think I'll just stop sharing my screen since that's the end of our questions. So thank you everyone for participating. This was really, really engaged, which was awesome.
I don't see anything in the chat.
Oh, I see that a few, so I've
Yeah.
gotten a few, I'm just seeing that I've actually gotten a few questions that are direct messages. So I'll read some of these.
Oh,
Oops, let's see. What can we, okay, well, what can we expect for response time? Questions about security for personal information. That's something that's come up. Will first aid and CPR certifications be part of this registry? That's another one. So we'll collect those questions as well. And yes, we will also collect that information.
great.
Okay. That's all that I have for the engagement part. So I think that takes us to the end of today's town hall, at least for the morning.
Yes, we have family childcare this evening. Thank you so much for taking the time. We know that you're busy, and we definitely appreciate it. Have a great week.
And
Thank you.
bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.